Good moment, YouTubers. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching another one of my videos. You're probably wondering what is in front of you right there. No, that is not my lunch for later today. There are cards in there. A couple things I want to talk about, mention real quick before that. If you're on Twitter and don't follow me, give me a follow at Beans B Card Blog. You can see it right there, the third one down. I'm shooting for Thursday evening. I'm going to do a huge sale. I'm just going to post tons of stuff. As of now, I think I have 180 items. It's going to be end up between probably around 200 to 225 when all is said and done. And it'll be one flat rate shipping, whether you decide you want one item, whether you decide you want 15 items, whatever it may be. So hopefully follow me over there. You'll follow me over there, and that sale will be coming up, like I said, shooting for Thursday night. But can't guarantee that yet. It'll depend on how quickly I can finish getting everything ready. So what this were pickups from Sunday's card show. I went through. Dave is one of the regular sellers at the Plano show. If you're on Twitter, you can follow him at DP, like David Paul Mar, M-A-R, DPMAR 22. But yeah, these were in his dime and dollar boxes, and I am one of his favorite customers, or so he tells me. So I did not pay even close to that for these items. So there's a little bit of stuff for me, some stuff for my cousin who I mentioned a couple days ago is getting back into cards. So just a little bit of a mishmash of stuff that I picked up. So I figured we'll take a look through it, and a lot of it's older stuff, so we'll go down memory lane. All right, let's get started. These top loaders. These were actually in the dollar box. So the first thing I picked up, I need to adjust. There we go. We'll do this. All right. So I got a Randy Moss Metal Rookie. I grew up in Morgantown, West Virginia, where WVU is. Unfortunately, Moss didn't go to WVU, but he is from the state of West Virginia. Still love me some Randy Moss, even though he went to one of the schools that I despise the most. So this was in a dollar box. Wasn't going to pass up a Moss rookie. That's definitely something I want to start picking up, or some of his rookie cards. Preferably in SGC holders, just because I like the way the SGC stuff looks. But that's just a personal preference. So, speaking of my cousin, I picked this one up for him. This is a 94 Finest Refractor. He is a Steeler fan, I believe. It wasn't on the list of things he was going to start collecting, but I figured as I was going through these dollar and dime boxes, if I found any cool Steelers or anybody that I knew for sure that he liked, it'd be worth picking up, and it was. He had a lot of these refractors. I actually, after the deal he gave me, I should have picked up all of the refractors. I did not. But that is one. So another refractor that I got. So Rodney Hampton. There is a Twitter user and blogger that's a big Hampton guy. So this will be headed his way at some time. He probably has it, but again, it's a 94 refractor. Nobody that collects can have too many of those. Got a Cam Newton in his Auburn uniform, and that was a big deal. I went through the dime boxes first and did not find any Newtons in his Auburn uniform. They were all Panthers cards. So I picked this one up because my cousin is an Auburn alum, and that's some of what he's wanting to start collecting. He didn't mention Newton specifically, but, this guy won him a national title. Just picked this up out of the dollar box because I figured I could turn that in this big Twitter sale I'm going to do. So I ended up with 3. I don't even know how you say it, if it's Devers, whatever it is. but I figured I could move those because I feel like he's been hot from what I've seen on Twitter. So that was the reasoning on those. Got a Mark Teixeira chrome refractor here. The reason I picked this up, as you can see, is it's serial number 1. There is a die-hard Teixeira collector. I'm sure he has this card. I'm sure he has multiples, but the fact that it was serial number 1 I thought was cool, so I will drop that in the mail to him at some point. This Moments and Milestones, apparently these cards don't sell for a ton, even the low serial numbered cards, but this one was numbered out of 29, so I figured for $1 I was going to pick it up and somebody would like to have it in their collection. Now this is for me. Yeah, it's written on in pen and pencil. The corners are rounded. Chief Wahoo is scratched out. But you know what? It's a 1952 Topps card. You see we got a little writing on the back too. But it's a 1952 Topps card. I picked up a bunch of these from Dave probably about a year ago. I picked up a lot of these. It was probably over 50 of them out of a dollar box. They were in better shape. They weren't written on, but again, it's a 52 Topps, and I am not going to complain. And similar, same thing here. Has a lot of damage, but it's $1. It's a 52 Topps. I'm not going to pass. I'm going to buy every 52 Topps I can buy for $1. And the final one from the actual dollar box was this one that I bought for my cousin because he was a Piazza collector, a Piazza fan, and he wants to get back into his cards as well. I normally probably wouldn't pay $1 for it, but because I was trying to acquire quantity for him more than quality. But the thing about this one was he's in the Marlins uniform, and he was with the Marlins for a short amount of time. So I believe I read where he just does not have a lot of cards picturing his time with the Marlins. So that was definitely what struck me. So now we're on to the cards that were in the dime box. We'll run through these. Randy Moss, second year Supreme. That one was a pickup for myself. Got a Cordell Stewart Ionics. Loved that set when I was probably, about 20 years old. Picked that up for my cousin. Maybe we'll just grab a stack and go through it, or this will be an hour-long video. Roy Woodson Award winners. Some Derek Marks, another Auburn player. Encore Jerome Bettis. Always loved the, I don't know even what you would call that technology. It was kind of chromish, but it wasn't. So, love that on a base card. We got a Franco Harris. I picked this one up because, as you can see right along here, if you look closely, there should be gold foil. This was around some other cards, and the other ones had the gold foil, and this didn't. It's a Woodson. He was a Heisman winner. Thought maybe somebody would like to add that. I know there are collectors out there for these oddball type things, so I figured I'd pick it up for $10. See if I could find somebody that wants it. Old football. I don't even know what year this would be. It's definitely 60s. Mid-60s, I believe. But anyway, it's beat up, but it was $10. Why not? I love this next group of cards. These were like the old Provisions cards, but they were all Jerome Bettis, who later played with the Steelers. So I figured, what the heck, I'll shoot him over to my cousin. Bettis is going to be a recurring theme in here. A lot of the dime box you would find a bunch of a guy together. So he had bought a collection of somebody's, and at some point they collected Bettis or had them all together. More Bettis. What do we got? More Bettis. A Randy Moss. What's that? 99 Ultra for me? Yep, 99 Ultra. This one I picked up. It just had a cool look. There is, what is it? Packer Cards 87 is one of the YouTubers, and I thought maybe someday I'd shoot that to him. He might like it. Serial numbered, only 2,500 of these. Back when 2,500 cards we thought was rare. I believe this was the only other Cam Newton I found. Again, pictured in a Panthers uniform, so Doug's probably not quite as excited about it as the other one, but at $10, sure. This is for me. I'm going through a little bit of reacquiring the cards of my past, especially the ones that are now very cheap, and Tim Couch cards are. Not a big NFL guy anymore, but when I was, the Browns were my team, at least in the later years of my fanhood. When I was younger, it moved around. I was a teenager. We changed teams. It was the Oilers for a while, and then it was the Patriots when they got Drew Bledsoe. And then when the Browns came back, I was really a Browns fan. I was a little bit before they left, and then was huge when they came back. So I had this card at one point, got rid of it at some point in the purge because I didn't need it anymore. Now I'm just reacquiring some of that stuff. I've picked up a few Couch cards lately, actually. What else did we have back there? It's a 99 Supreme Randy Moss. We got a 2000 Prism Bettis. Rocky Blyer, probably on a run of football here. Polamalu. The Bus, and boom, I shared this one on Twitter. Seriously, one of the iconic cards of my lifetime, and probably most of y'all that are doing these videos, watching these videos, same thing. But the black and white Bo Jackson was in a dime box. I pick up and keep every one of these that I can find for about $1 or less. So a dime was great, but I'm going to shoot this over to Doug since Bo is one of his guys. He was an Auburn guy, so he can have that one. We got here some Randy Moss, Mike Piazza, Moss. I didn't pick up every Cordell Stewart that was in there, but he was a long-time player for him, and those SPX cards were definitely cool. Looks like I picked up 2 of that Bettis. Not the end of the world. Bettis. Random, but Auburn player, Wayne Gandy. I thought Doug might get a kick out of that one. Stephen Davis, another Auburn stud player that had some good years in the NFL. I think there's a few more of these to come, but decided to go ahead and pick that up for him. Was that one numbered? No, it was not. So these right here, I picked up for me. I remember these as a teenager. These Collector's Edge, these are like the original acetate cards. And it's funny that a Bert Emanuel is in there because it wasn't this one, but there was another Bert Emanuel was actually the first one that I pulled from a pack, and I had him on my fantasy team, and I kept that card for a long time. Wish I had it. Probably need to go find another copy of it, but these are literally just going to get thrown into a binder that, every once in a while I'll go through and look at just for nostalgia's sake. But yeah, these were absolutely cool. I think I had a John Elway of some sort of those. I know the Emmanuel that I had was like a gray border, so I don't know if it's a difference in year or what. I think the Emmanuel also, he was in a Rice Owls uniform. Again, can't remember. It's been a while, and I've slept between then and now. This was it was a sticker of John Stallworth. Looks like 1985. Something different from my Steeler cousin. Slash 2000 Upper Deck. Man, there were 2000 Upper Deck football. I bought so much of that. Or is that 99? No, that's 99. Because that's the year that Couch was a rookie, Ricky Williams, McNabb. I mean, there were so many big rookies that year. I bought so much of that stuff. Some great inserts from that year. That's another set that I need to write down for a potential blog post for beansballcardblog.com. I want to start doing some old insert set reviews, and I think the inserts from that year would be pretty awesome. Some of my favorites. We got Hines Ward, Bus. This one, Charles Johnson, probably was considered a bust as a number 1 for the Steelers, but, played a long time for him. One of the few Roethlisbergers I was able to find. Roethlisberger, Stephen Davis, Polamalu. Karsten Bailey played at Auburn. It's a cool card. It's one of those see-through. It's got a little damage on the back there above where it says Auburn, but for a dime, what the heck. I've already explained Tim Couch, Stephen Davis, some vintage baseball. I think we're going to have a run of these. Bill Freehand, but yeah, any of these pretty much 73 and earlier. Any card I can get for a dime or less, I'm going to pick up and acquire. As I say, I'm acquiring cards from these sets. It's someday I'll probably break down, start putting together what I need to start working on a low-end set. I have no worries about the condition of it. It'll just be, hey, I got a set. I was able to put it together. So you're going to see a few of these. An in-career Hank Aaron card for a dime, and with the total cost of these actually way less than a dime. But I thought that was a cool little thing to find. 71 Topps, one of my favorite designs ever. Not a big fan of the 75s, but it was it was a well-known player for a dime. Steve Carlton, Sportflix, best of the 70s. I have a Carlton autograph I need to send to somebody on Trading Card Database. I told him I'd just send it to him. We made a trade back in the winter, and he definitely paid it forward and sent me a lot of good stuff that I needed, IndyCar related. Very hard to find stuff. I don't even think he understood how much that stuff goes for and how hard it is to find. So just going to send that along with the Carlton. I saw it and I was kind of brought a smile to my face, and I thought, well, what the heck? 71 Topps, poor condition again, but well less than a dime. It was worth it. I think there were some in there. I may have missed them already. There was one that was like a high number, and it was still just a dime, and those are tough to come by. Ichiro, not even sure if I'm going to keep this or send it on, but what I thought was cool was kind of that hologram look to the back of the card. Not even sure what possessed me to turn that over. Definitely cool for Victory brand, which was definitely a low-tier brand. John Kruk. Picked this one up for my buddy Peter. He's a Kruk and Strawberry collector. Frank Thomas. One of the cards of my teenage years, man. I thought Darren Erstad was going to be the man. This is probably my second favorite card of his behind that 97 Bowman. Don't have any of them anymore. Had one in the day, so for a dime. And the stroll down memory lane. Johnny Bench, that's for Doug. Yeah, there were some Johnny Benches in there. They're all modern Johnny Bench cards, but my cousin actually wore number 5 for Johnny Bench for a while when he was a catcher, so thought those would be cool. This, I don't know, I think this might have been like 86. I don't know how this particular one was packaged, but I know later years this is what the puzzle was that was in the Donruss packs, but this is a card size puzzle. And at least in 88 and 89, they were included in the baseball's best box sets. So I don't know if that's how these were, but Doug was a Braves fan as a kid. I'm not sure where his allegiance is falling right now, but I thought it was a cool little piece. Billy Williams, isn't he a Hall of Famer? For a dime? Sure. Dime. Another Strawberry, so another card for Peter. This one I picked up just because I'm sure I can do something with it, find a home for it for, again, a dime, a refractor. Pete Rose, that's going to go to Doug as well. Rose was one of my uncle's favorite players, my uncle that got me into collecting and passed away recently. So I just thought that'd be a nice trip down memory lane. Another cool insert set from the mid-90s that I loved were the Cyber Stats. I love just the look of them. I wish they had done it as a full parallel, but it was not. I think there were only certain cards that were there. Jason Kendall, my buddy Matt in Morgantown, picked that up for him. He's a big Pirates collector. He has the Bob Walk the Plank blog, and he always talks about the cool and random Kendall cards. I saw that and thought, what the heck, I'll send it to him. Johnny Bench. This game card, I'm not even sure what year these were from. Oh, these were from 69, I believe. 68, because these were in a recent Heritage set. They redid these. So maybe 68, 67, but for a dime, sure. 73. Will Clark for my collection. Grecian, McAuliffe. Were either one of those? That's where it was. 740 is a high number. I mean, those in, decent shape are a couple dollar cards, so the ability to get one of those and out of a dime box. Vintage, Strawberry for Peter. Clementi Sport Flicks. Love Sport Flicks. Murph. That'll go to Doug. More vintage. And let's try to wrap this up. I see we're already at 20 minutes. Andrew Jones. Another Murph Sport Flicks. Piazza. Aaron Sport Flicks. Fun times. Some 71 tops. Yeah, that one's not in horrible shape. It's interesting to see it was in a dime box. Mac Jones, Herman, Kirkpatrick. More vintage. I think those may have been like 76, 77. Claude Raymond, 71s. Said you'll see a lot of these. I mean, seriously, serious paper loss. That's a horrible condition card, but for a dime, still not going to pass on it. Foster, Perez. Told you I didn't really like this set, but some star players from the 70s. Bob Bailey. Again, more 71s, a whole stack of those. A Rod Carew card from that same set as the Baker earlier. A Bobby Bonilla. Probably my buddy Jason, he collects Bonilla. Probably has it, but, you know, not going to pass it up. It's a cool looking card. And then the old Grip It Cal Eldred. I don't know how the Grip It was a pitcher, but sure. Because I know the Expos card, the Grip It was Vidro, and the Rip It was Guerrero. And then the Rip It is a Frank Thomas on the backside. So, for Doug. So, there you have it. Let's be honest. I paid $5 for all that. That was the deal he gave me. What I was going to look through here was any of these higher numbers. So there's a card 707, which is either the final series or the next to last series. Got it for a dime. So 590 is a mid-high number. So cool stuff. And let's be honest, I got that entire stack for $5. So everybody on Twitter and everything is out searching for Ohtanis, although I guess they're not probably right now. They were out buying mega boxes and blasters looking for Ohtanis. I got all that for $5, and I'm probably much more happy with my results than they are. So, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, please follow me on Twitter if you have it, Beans V-Card Blog. I'm going to be selling over probably 200 items. It's going to be heavy on hockey and baseball because that's what I do. A little bit of football, and maybe just a handful of other random things. Check out my site, beansballcardblog.com, and hopefully I will have another video up for you tomorrow. But until I talk to you again, happy collecting, y'all. Have a great day.